If you have been to a Naperville Municipal Band concert, then you have heard the voice.
And get one with a number, because no number gives you nothing. Zero.
And laugh of Ann Lord. The longtime mistress of ceremonies will be remembered for her good humor and quick wit as she guided the crowd through musical history during her 6 decades in the role. Ann first started with the band when she was 15 years old. She joined the group in 1946 after being recruited by then band director Elmer Kerner.
I started playing in the band when I was in high school. Elmer Kerner directed the high school band, and he also did the adult band. And he always needed people, so what he would do is take the band kids and put them in the city band. And so it would have been in my sophomore year that I started playing my clarinet with the city band.
She continued until she left for Grinnell College in Iowa. There, she wanted to pursue her childhood dream.
I majored in speech and theater, and I always wanted to be an actress. I wanted to do something on stage.
Though she appeared in several area theater productions, Ann eventually found a job in copywriting for KGLO television and radio in Mason City, Iowa. She went on to become an on-screen personality for the channel and even met her husband John Lord on the job. In 1957, Ann returned to Naperville after her mother passed away, moving back into her childhood home. She would end up teaching speech at Naperville North High School for 20 years and Naperville Central for 1. But there was one passion of Ann's that fell right back into tempo. Not long after returning, Ann's mentor Elmer Kerner approached her about coming back to the band. He asked if she could announce one of the summer concerts.
After that happened, the band president at that time was Jerry Piquel, and he and Mr. Kerner went to Ann's house and asked if she would be interested in doing the announcing, and she said, well, yeah, for a while, on a temporary basis. So 60-some years later, she's still announcing.
It was a role that became more than just introducing the next song.
In the beginning, I probably just got up there and announced the numbers. And then as we went along, I started doing research on the pieces they were playing so that I could talk about them more.
Now, this suite was written in 1961 for the centennial observance of the beginning of the war between the states.
Originally, and through the years, it evolved into going from writing scripts to trying to ad-lib, which didn't work at all. Only I didn't know that.
She eventually landed on using 4x6 cards for her intros, which was the perfect balance for the performances. Alongside playing and narrating, Ann also sang with the band when they put on specialty acts and musical theater numbers.
She was a great singer. She had a beautiful voice and loved to sing and loved music of all kinds, not just band music. She loved music of all kinds.
The Naperville Municipal Band performances became family events for the Lords, as Ann's husband John would handle the sound for the group, and 2 of her children, Steve and Catherine, would often perform. Her son Doug was also a frequent member of the audience. It all began to feel like her childhood dream coming true.
Doing these band concerts was like being on stage. So yes, I enjoyed doing it. And as long as nobody told me to leave, I just stayed.
What made the job even sweeter was doing it alongside her childhood friend, Ron Keller. Together, they were able to grow the Naperville Municipal Band in their MC-director partnership for over 50 years.
And there's a great rapport between she and I, even on stage. I would maybe walk over to her to say I want to say something, and she'll look at me and say, here he is again, he wants to say something. And
Let's have Ron talk.
That's just part of the fun. Part of it makes it human, and part of it makes it small town.
Ann died at the age of 93, just a month after her friend Ron, on February 24th, which would have been Ron's 85th birthday. She had stepped away from her Mistress of Ceremonies duties after 66 years in the summer of 2023. Her son Steve took over for indoor concerts and will continue filling her shoes until the end of this summer.
I hope that I do a good job with it. I'm trying to channel the things I learned from watching my mom do it. She'll always kind of be there in the back of my head as I'm going through these and looking at her cards.
Steve spoke of his mom's commitment to both the band community and the Naperville community, and hopes both remember her with a smile.
People in town, I hope they would remember her kind of loving nature, but also for her sense of humor. I think that was such an important part of her.
And I got to tell you, Kathy, you're going to get them all in this arrangement.
For Naperville News 17, I'm Jesus Cortez.